Hey folks, this is Shane. Thanks for taking the time to watch this little video. Out again in the Brant Pine ski area. I'm going to repeat the test that I did yesterday, but a little bit different. First off, I confirmed that the error I had before with the T-beam that's sitting inside the truck is functioning. Now, I discovered I did some things wrong, and I haven't even edited the video from yesterday, but I'm going to leave it just as it is. I thought I didn't have the thing on because I plugged the external battery supply to it, but when you add power to them, you turn them on automatically, so that wasn't the issue. I think maybe the antenna wasn't quite snug in the fitting, so I tightened that up and everything. It's working now, so I was able to another thing that I've learned since yesterday's test by doing a little Googling is on the T-beams, you can see what other Meshtastic devices are within range of you just by cycling through the menu using the center button. So I just confirmed that now. I have all three of my Meshtastic transceivers turned on. They're all hearing each other, so this should work out much better. The other thing I'm doing different is I'm not bringing the mast with. I'm going to go to the same spot where I've had my longest range between the two devices from this parking lot location. And I'm just going to hang the rack model that I have from a tree branch about, like I keep saying, man height, somewhere in the torso of an average human being. And I'm going to see if I can get the same range as I did yesterday with it up on a mast, just to see. So let's go and see. All right, we're at the same spot where I had this rack that was up on the mast. Now I just have it about chest height on me, hanging off this scrub oak. And I have the other T-beam right here. I just did a test and I'm able to reach the T-beam that's in the truck from this one. Although it's weird, I did the first message message test and I got a strange error, which I don't know what it means. I'll put that right here, and you smart people tell me what that means. I did the old Windows trick. I turned the T-beam I have with me off and on again, and everything seemed to work. So I don't know what's up with that, but whatever. This is the way it goes. So speaking of going, let's get back to that far point again and see if I can relay a message from one T-beam to the other using this rack in the middle. That's, I don't know, 4.5, 5 feet off the ground. 4.5 feet off the ground. I'm not a giant. All right, the camera doesn't do it justice, but I got a bit of a hill going up here. I'm in a little low spot, and I'm not to the point where I got my longest range on my first test. But if you look here, you see at the one in the truck, I got 6% signal, which wouldn't be enough to get a message out. So terrain is the biggest thing for these little Meshtastic transceivers. It's all line of sight. It's just like a walkie-talkie, GMRS radio, ham radio, what have you. On the higher frequencies, line of sight is where it's at, and if you're down in a valley like this, you could struggle. All right, I'm at my first target location that I was able to surpass yesterday with the rack transmitter up on that 25-foot mast. Now it's at chest level, and I'm here and I cannot reach that, and obviously since I can't reach that, I can't reach the T-beams back at the truck. So I'm gonna head back kind of part way in between just to see if I can still do a relay. But yeah, it just kind of shows that height is might. The higher up the better, but I wanted to see what would be like again at somebody at chest level at my Manhattan. Bleh. I want to see if I was able to get this with it being all of the Meshtastic devices at, you know, chest level, because that would be more realistic with a group outing, right? If you have a bunch of people out hiking or whatever, you're probably not carrying around a mast with to get a better reception. It's going to be in your pocket, on a backpack, that type. So I started heading back to the truck. Now I turned around and I'm heading back to the place I was just at on the last video segment where I couldn't get a connection. I should check out the T-beam and see on the screen of that if it tells me if I'm getting a signal. Maybe I'm getting like a 10% or a 20% signal, and that's not enough to send a message. So that's worth walking back and figuring out. All right, that's kind of interesting. It says unknown name, (kilometers, 0 signal. So apparently it's getting just enough of a signal to say, hey, there's another Meshtastic device out here, but I can't tell you what it is what I'm guessing. Again, I'm brand new to this stuff, so I'm making it up as I go along. If anybody with more wisdom and knowledge on Meshtastic is watching this and I'm way off base, let us know down below and we'll learn together. All right, I'm making my way back and I'm at a higher point, so I decided to try it one more time. If I looked at the display on the T-beam, I kept getting that unknown device, 0 signal. But if I looked on the app on my phone, again, I have those other 2 nodes. Say, hey, that's the right way to call those things, nodes. I got the other 2 nodes saved in my app, and I was getting like a 25-26% signal to the rack that I have roughly halfway between me here and my truck, and I was able to send a message through. So I guess the readout you get on the display of the T-beam or whatever node you're using may or may not be that accurate. Still figuring this out as I go along. Now I think I figured out what that weird message that I got before was. I think that was I was not getting an acknowledgement from the node that I was trying to send it to, but it was saying that I got a relay between them, so it's kind of a confirmation, maybe. Again, I'm brand new to this stuff. I'm figuring out as I go along. If you know exactly what that message means, please share it with everybody here, because we all learn together. I'm really learning a lot here in these last couple of outings. It's kind of a fun experiment. I think these things are very viable for backpacking, camping, all the outdoors kind of stuff. For emergencies, they have some potential. But where I see it's going to shine is off-grid communications, kind of a neighborhood type thing in a static location, meaning people have these things set up in their house, maybe have one in a weatherproof box up on the roof so you get some good coverage, and a nice way for friends, family, and neighbors to be in touch off-grid in case there's a power outage or cell phone is down or what have you. Super useful, I don't know, but a lot of fun, and I think it can be a tool to use in emergencies. So far, it's growing on me. So I have 2 more devices on order. So we'll be throwing those into the mix of my testing and stuff as well. So if you like this stuff, I'm building a playlist on my little adventure into Meshtastic and mesh nodes and all that kind of stuff. So check it out. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll catch you later.